sense. You don't need to put everything pink ray. Association, importance, impact, resources, motivation, login. No one can make you inferior without your consent. Really beautiful. Jobs for female graduates, 12th pass. So you want to put discrimination even in websites. Seriously, thought is good. It's like a website which is for jobs, but only for women. Good. It's going there. Empowerment, importance, impact. Nice. Good. Idea is nice. The way they implemented the components are nice. Having a simple hovering effect. Can you see that how much smooth the hovering effect is? And the buttons ones. This was really beautiful. Any other? Lakshmi, Anita, React 99. Famous places in Hyderabad. Charminar, Golconda, Salajang, Ramoji, Birla Mandir, Hussain Sagar. Done all. Good. Any other? So this one teaches you components and this one teaches you props also. Good. Any other? Anyone else tried? I think yesterday I tried some kind of movie library, right? Movie library or book library? Book library only. I did not do any state demo. Let me start with it now. Is there anyone have any link ma to show? Chhod do. Now, let's start with the questions now. First, what is React? Everyone, what is React ma? React is a JavaScript library used for UI interface. Very good. User interface. Correct. Difference between React and React Native. React is used for web application. React Native is used for mobile application. I expect everyone to speak. Okay. Some people are like, chhod do, they will speak. No, everyone should speak. Now, next. Third, what is JSX? Good. How many elements can JSX return? One. Perfect. What if you have more than one? You will put them in a container like a div and all. Very good. Next. What if you want dynamic value in the JSX? You want JavaScript in HTML, curly braces. What if you want HTML in JavaScript? Parenthesis. Good, good. Parenthesis. Next. What is component? What is a component? Reusable UI. Very good. Reusable UI. How many types are there? Two types. What are they? Class and function. Functional components are called stateless components. Class components are called stateful components. Because class can implement directly state. We will do it, don't worry. Today and tomorrow we will do state only. So you will understand वो state क्या है, वो stateless क्या है, stateful क्या है. Then next. Now, one component inside another component is called nested components. What are props? What are props? Props are the passing values from parent component to child component. How parent will pass them? Parent will pass them as a attributes. Child will receive them as functional parameters. Function parameters. And props is a object. Props is a, that's why you will write props dot title, props dot URL, props dot img, something kind of one. Good. Now, next. Next. Can I send? Can I send props from, or not props, data from child to parent components? Directly you can't send, but indirectly you can send it. How? How you can send? Using functions. Using, parent will send one function as a property. Child will receive that function and pass some values to the function. And when you pass the values to the function, that function anyway belongs to the parent. So parent will receive that function values. It's like the yesterday example which I gave. My parents will give in a bank account and I will deposit the money there and they will take it from there. You all remembered, ma? Next. In interview, they will ask you this all. What is a state? What is a state? State is a object that stores the value that changes. That stores the value that changes. State is like one value that will change. For example, add to cart le lo. In Amazon, you click on the button. That button add to cart. The cart value 0 will be there initially. 0 will become 1 na. If you click add to cart again, 1 will become 2 na. That value will change now. Take it here, Facebook posts or Instagram post. You will click like button. Till now 10 likes are there. 11 likes will come. That means that value is increasing now. Or again you will click, but like will go off. Again it will become 10 now. So you can make it outright. So this kind of changing values, whatever the values that is changing, one object will store them. The object that stores them with changeable values is called state. What is it called? State. Now, every time state changes, what happens? What happens? What happens on every state change? Re-render. What is it called? Re-render. Did you remember yesterday? We will do it today, counter one and all. Every time a state changes, automatically the component will re-render. The component will re-render so that only new values will come. Sir, when the component re-render, will all values change, ma? Will all values change? No, only particular values will change. How do you get it? Only particular values change. How do you make only particular values change? By using virtual DOM. Correct. Step. No. చెప్పమ్మా, class లో ఉన్నారు. నేను చేస్తాను. సరే. Okay. Good. React uses for every rendering virtual DOM. What it will use? Very good. Anyone tell me what is virtual DOM? What is virtual DOM? It is a copy of actual DOM. Correct. Is it temporary memory or permanent memory? Temporary memory. And why do we use them? Because in virtual DOM, you will change the component, change the values, and then you will compare it with the actual DOM. And wherever the changes happen, that particular value you will change. Today I will show you with example, okay, how it will work. Now, these are the concepts we learn. We recently started our React course. We learned actually before these things, I explained you what is JavaScript and JavaScript basics also. Okay, after learning JavaScript basics, we are learning this all. Today you will repeat it anyway for state and virtual DOM. You will get it more clarity. You will learn state, virtual DOM, and events today. Is it clear, ma? If anyone wants to learn JavaScript refresher, you can watch our demo classes, which is already available, and GitHub link is already given. You can use, and if you wanted notes, Drive link is there. Okay. I want everyone to learn basics for each filter, promises, async await, modules, functions, mm, modules, functions, object destructuring, destructuring, rest and spread. These things, if you learn, almost you can do basics React. Basics React, you can try. We discussed like operators and all also actually had a basic idea. If you wanted to see that notes also, it's available in the demo notes. Any doubts, ma? No. If anyone did not install the Node.js or did not install the React or first applications, those particular notes is also available in detail how to start with it. Okay, you can watch them. And one day we did it folder structure. What is each and every folder also we did. Import export as well. Now import export is like modules only. Modules is import and export. Yeah. Now, is it clear, ma? Can we start? Now, yesterday in the components, I explained you state, the definition. Now, separately, we will do one more time. State again. State. State is a object. We already discussed this object that stores the value that changes, and on every state change, every state value change the component re-render. It uses virtual DOM. It uses virtual DOM for updating only values that changed. And state is a asynchronous state update is a asynchronous function. Asynchronous function. Let's deal it with detailed. Sir, there are two components, class and function. In functional components, you cannot use state directly. In functional components, you cannot use state directly. That's why we will use a hook. What we will use, ma? Hook. In functional components, in functional components, we cannot use state directly. So it is called stateless components. But from React 16, do you know what is the current version of React? No, React 19 is the current version. React 16 released it like 4 years back, 4 5 years back. Not 4 5 years, also kind of 2017 18 kind of thing. It's like more, so much more. Now, at that time, they started this React 16 and they released this version of React 16 and they released something called Hook. Okay, we can implement, we can implement state in functional components using use state hook. Use state hook. Anyone remember what is it mean by hook? Anyone remember what is it mean by hook? Hook is a function. Hook is a function. What is difference between hook and functions? In React, always hook should start with the use. Hook should start with use. Like for example, sir, I have a function display. Normally function display. But if it's a hook na, function use display. Function use Prasad. Function use state. Function use effect. Like that, those are like simple things. There are some default hooks. Default hooks बोले तो React already created them. Those things we will use. You can create your own custom hooks also. We will have hooks chap at that time I will tell you. But we are using one hook called use state. What is the hook name? Use state. Now let's discuss use state. It is a default hook from React and and it exports a state value, a state value. It exports a state value. It exports a state value and it exports a state value and a method or function to update the state value, to update the state value, to update the state value. Syntax is syntax is const. You can put anything. Value, comma, set value, use state, initial value. Good. Next one. Let's start the program and I will explain it state in detail so that you will get a better idea. Note it down till now and we will discuss it again. You're noting it down. Yeah. So syntax I could not understand. Don't worry, I will show it to you. Okay. Just note it down the syntax like this is how you will write it normally, but I will when you do program now, I will tell you. Now. Good. Is this clear, ma? Online is this clear? Yeah. Let's start. Let's do it here. React state demo. Yesterday I created this app state demo, which I'm going to create it one more time. My name React new React. Everyone, I'm going to show it to you one more time. How to create an app. Terminal. Ev- New people also, everyone. Last one's focus here. Terminal, new terminal. First, I should go to the folder now. What is the folder name? Very good. Now tell me, what is the command I have to use? npm create white @latest barabar. Now it will ask me state demo. Some people were like, it is not asking package name. Do you know why it is asking package name to me? Because project name capital letter is there. If that is only small letter, it will not ask you. React JavaScript. When you do React now, React code cannot be understand to Java browser. So you need one thing which will convert your uh, React to the browser understandable JavaScript. What is one thing which converts modern JavaScript to browser understandable one? Babel. What it will do? Babel. If you don't want Babel, you can use SWC. Okay, both will do same work. SWC is like speedy web compiler. Okay, now, but mostly industry uses Babel one. JavaScript. Now they are telling three things. First one, go to CD state demo. CD state demo. If you go here, I went inside the state demo. Can you see? Is anything installed here, React and all? No, because there is no node modules only now. Where this React and all will be installed, React, Babel and all inside the node modules. So that is not there. Second thing you do, it will come. npm install. See, now node modules add hota, package log.json aata. Once it is done, it depends on your interest. See, node modules came, package log.json came. Now after it is done, then npm run npm run dev, and it will run your application. I highly recommend, if you remember initial settings I told, go to file and keep it auto save. Some people will be like, if they don't have auto save now, it will not run your thing automatically. Better keep it auto save. Now go to here. Now go to your application. Go to app.jsx. I think everyone knows it, like how it works. Okay. First it go to index.html. Main.jsx will take app into the index.html. Everything we don't need it, that repetition, but basic. Now I will delete all. I have one extension called ES7 React Redux Snippets by Rodrigo Valdez. Because of that extension, I will get shortcuts and I'm gonna use that shortcut. What is the shortcut? React functional component. And if you don't know that shortcuts also, you can try it on your own. It will come, not a big deal. Till now, anyone have any questions? Online, anyone have any questions, ma? Online, anyone have any questions? No. First, I will do without state. I will do without state. Like how you will do normal JavaScript, na, like that I will do, and I will show you what is the problem also, I will tell you. Para h1, I will create one function, const c. Initially, what is c value? I am not using state, then you will understand it, like what is the problem you will get. Initially, c value is 0. Then what you will do, sir, I will put here one button. Button, click me. Whenever I click this button, something should happen. Whenever I click this button, some kind of function should run. How do you do that? What you will do, ma? On click. Do you guys know what is on click and all? What are on click and all are called? Events. What are they called? Events. Acha, bolo, anyone, what are the events you know? On click, on change, on double click, good logic. That's it. In HTML, CSS, in JavaScript, you will learn a key down. Someone is like key up, key down, good logic. In keyboards, you can do. Any more? Huh? On mouse over, good logic. On select, good. Is it clear, everyone? Is it sleepy? No, na? Now, let's go here. On click. I'm using on click. But did you observe one logic? Always it will use kind of camel case. It starts with small letter and every other word will be capital, including class name also. Now here, I'm going to put one function, sir, here. Some function, I will put one function, change C++ console.log C change. Now everyone dekho. Sir, what will happen? If you click this button on click, it will call change. What it will call? You should not put directly here. Rehe. You know why? Because you put it now without you click only it will work. Remember that you should not put it. Now dekho, it will click change. Now, if I click it, change will run. Then inside change, what I'm doing, C value plus plus. Now, can anyone guess what will be the logic? Now, initially 0 is there in your app. If I click this, anyone guess what this 0 will become? It will not become 1 actually. It will not become 1. I will tell you why. Dekho. See this. Now here 0, I click this. Assignment to a constant variable. Chhod do. Let's take it let. Now let's go here. Now everyone see. What is C value now? What is C value now? Reena? But can you see the 3 in the screen? Why? Because Your C value is updating, but it is not re-rendering the component. वो फिर चेक करना है कंपोनेंट में क्या वैल्यू है, सी वैल्यू है, वो सी वैल्यू क्या है. Like in your HTML, see, understand this. This is your HTML, this is your JavaScript, right? Now, whenever you are updating in the JavaScript, the JavaScript should come to HTML and change करना है. वो तुम पहला C value print कर दिया ना, तो value change हुआ, so update करो. Like that, it should tell to HTML. That is called re-rendering. But is it telling? And that is the problem in React. It cannot tell directly. Normally, what you will do in your JavaScript now, you will again call one function and again you will write document.getElement by. Every time you do plus plus plus, again you will write document.getElement by ID HTML and again you will write it dot text content C na. That is what in JavaScript you will write it now. But here I'm not able to do that. Every time I should able to go to HTML and change it. That is not possible. That can be done using the state. That can be done using the. Did you understand the problem now? And that is why state came. State stores one value that changes, and also every time state changes, your component re-renders. That means JavaScript again go to HTML and change whatever values it changes. Any doubts? Online, any question till now? No. But how do you do that state? This is wrong. Go to the right code. For state, you will use something called use state. See, first you need to import this use state. Now I will write it here. Use state. Brackets, you will give initial value. Initially, what is the value? Initially, what is the value? This use state will give you two values always. Always use state will return two things. What are they? Use state will return two things. One is const. The both are constant variables, like a D structure it is. Let's take it C, comma, set C. What is C? C is a value initially 0. C is a value initially 0. Set C is a method. Set C is a method. What is the use of this method? Set C is a method which will update the C value, and re-render the component. Sir, you need one method na. Earlier also, did you remember? देखो, C value है ना? Change method is there na? What is the use of change method? It will change the C. You need two things na? One is value, one is update method. Both will be given by use state only. So use state will return two values. Sir, can I put any names? You can put any names. It doesn't matter. Usually we will put it set because we will understand them easily. So what is the first one? Value, state value. What is the first one? What is the second one? Second one, method. What is the second one? Method. This method is used to update the state value and re-render the component. This method is used to update the state value and re-render the component. Sir, let's do it, sir. I will call here one function. I'm calling here one function. Directly you can't call it, so I'm calling one dummy function. In this dummy function, I'm calling set C 5. Anyone guess what will happen? Anyone guess what will happen? Originally, what is C value? Originally, what is C value? When you click this button, what will happen? It will go to set C 5. So indirectly 0 value will become. कोई doubt है? कोई doubt है माँ? No? Now take it here, see. Everyone see. Sir, is it only updating? No, it is updating and re-rendering. Updating and let me give it more interesting. Originally, what is C value? When your app starts, everyone, one more time. When your app starts, here, see, always remember, here it is very simple. Every time, understand the HTML first. HTML, H1 will print. What it will print, H1? And one button is there. Button ka naam, click me. Click me. Now, when you click this button, what will happen? प्रसाद someone is like sir वो कैसा करता है सर सी वैल्यू इंटीजर कुछ जावास्क्रिप्ट में कुछ नहीं होता जावास्क्रिप्ट is loosely typed language there is no integer there is no string कुछ भी change will anything can change anything it's a simple shape shifting even python do same thing any python developer here how many are python no one all are java you are strict typed always there are two types of programming one is loosely typed one is strict typed .NET is strictly typed. This is loosely typed JavaScript. So shift your mind. So JavaScript में anything can change anything. And in future, na, we will discuss something called TypeScript. That will make it this JavaScript into tightly typed. Strict. Anyway, छोड़ दो. C value 0 है. And it is printing here. And then now if you click this button online, everyone listen. If you click this button on click, it will call one function in this function what is the c value will become now but sir is it updating only c value is it updating only c value no it is also re-rendering the component re-rendering component means it will change in html also it will change in html also any doubts here online any doubts but sir where did we write this set c did we define set c did we done the definition set c no because set C and C donom created by the use state. Donom created by the use state. Any doubts here? Now let me make it somewhat more simple. I will use C plus 1. That is the use of use state. Now everyone tell me, if I click this button, initially what is C value it will print? Initially what it will print? Initially 0 है ना? What is initial value? If I click, क्या होता? Any doubt? Any doubt? No. Now I will give you one task. You take your rough notes or in your main notes, see this program and do that program. The program is very simple. Initially, it starts with 1. What is initially it starts with? And you will keep one button. If you put this button, something click or kuch bhi, if you click is, it should become double. Double. 1 will become 2. If I click again, if I click again, have you ever played this game? 4 twos are, 8 twos are, 16 twos are. Oh, you guys are good, right? 32 twos are, 64 twos are, 128 twos are, 256 twos are. Half people already showed the. Okay, 512 twos are, 1024 twos are, 2048 twos are. How much? Okay, chhod do. After that, I can't tell. Now, it's good. Some people online stopped at 2 twos are only. Nice. Now, I want you to create that game. Is it clear? Try it now. Try that program, everyone. Online, everyone. My program is this. See, this is my program output. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my program. And I want it 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 ISA. Use your own logic. I think by now some people already knows the logic. Okay. Online, are you trying it, ma? Online, if it is done, please mention it in the chat. Online, are you trying it? Online, are you all there? Trying. Good. If it is completed, mention it. Someone is like C plus C. I don't like that logic. I C plus C, right? Actually, better approach is instead of directly writing C plus 1, better approach is inside this, people will write it as simple callback function. First, they will take what is the current C and then add the C plus 1. Like that, they will write it. This is more good approach than previous one. Instead of directly adding the C plus 1, it's like what is current C, उस C को C plus 1 add करो. I said they will do that. That will be more right approach than the previous one. Rajesh, it would be good. It's good, Rajesh. I will import my CSS already. Some by default, I have one CSS app.css. Someone is like, I can understand logic, what it is happening, but how it's happening, sir. That is what I'm telling it. See, how it is happening, I will tell you. Like you state how it will work, I will tell you. Once it is done, I will tell you. Use state is one function. This function will export two values actually. It will export, function will export, not export like kind of return. This function will return two values. One is value, another one is function. That's why it will return in an array. So that's why you will take them in an array here. What is returning value, another one is set function. But how this function is working? Initial value of the C is 0. If C is 0, we do C plus 1. Correct. If C is 0 here, 0 plus 1. Simple. Now, sir, how this state will work? How this re-render will work? Function. This set C, वो कैसा work होता? I will tell you. First one, DOM. How this DOM works? DOM is like this. बॉडी के अंदर एक div के अंदर h1 में c है, which what is c value? Originally what is c value? 0. And here button, this is the actual DOM. This is the actual DOM na? Any doubts here? Online any doubts ma? Online any doubts? No. This is the actual DOM. Now here I will do it, sir. Here same thing I will do copy. How they will do copy, sir? Copy is like same body. They will create two copies. Div, then h1 के अंदर 0 है, then button, virtual DOM 1. And you guys wanted to update na? You want to update na? Now update it. Let me do it in Paint so that it will be easy. Body H body h1 no div with id root. Inside the div id root you have another div. In this div you have two things. One is h1, another one is button, and inside the h1 you have c value which is 0. This is the actual DOM. But what this React will do, React that set C is there na? What this set C, they already wrote it, that logic. How they will do is, they will create one copy of this. You call it virtual DOM, initial virtual DOM, which is virtual DOM 1. In virtual DOM 1, initially what is C value? Initially what is C value? 0. Then they will make it like, let's make a change. Let's go here. Let's do it here. They will be like, I want to change the state value. You are giving, instead of C, put it Prasad. Instead of C, 0, put it Prasad. And instead of C, put it C plus 1. Instead of C, put it 5. You are giving, changing, replacing value now. Now 0 is replaced with 1. This is virtual DOM 2. React always will create it two virtual DOMs which will have difference of state, Now bolo anyone, what is the difference between virtual DOM 1 and virtual DOM 2? What is the difference between virtual DOM 1 and 2? 0 and 1. Whatever the difference is there, only this particular part, whatever difference is, that will change in the here. That will change in here. Browser don't know this virtual DOM and all. React will do that. React mechanism will do that. React will be like, oh, ये दोनों का difference ये है, तो इधर change करो. Creating virtual DOMs, updating state, compare the difference, and change it in the actual DOM. This is called re-rendering. What is it called? Sir, if I don't do re-render, what will happen? Earlier you have seen, it will not reload, it will not show it on the screen. It will show it only in the console. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point, ma? Everything is client memory only here. Here, everything is client memory only. There is no server. Everything is browser only, na? You are front end. And sir, how do you do this all? You don't do this all. One function will do that. Who will give that function? Use state will give that. Who will give that? You can put any name here. This set C I put na. The set C is the function. You can put any name. That function is capable to do this all. Tomorrow when I explain you class components, I will tell you how these things works also, because class components have this by default. Here you are using use state, but without use state only that things are there. Okay, we will discuss them. But till now, any doubts here? Online, anyone have any doubts? No. Everyone tell me how to do it minus decrement. I want it like decrement. This is plus button. How to do minus button? Instead of C plus 1, what you will do, ma? C minus 1. Or I will write it directly, set C 0. What is set C 0 will become? C value will become 0. C value will become 0. Barabar na? Someone is like, instead of const C, set C can be different names in both places, or it should be same name. Dekho here, set C can be of different name. Instead of set C, set, you sir, no need of set also. XYZ कुछ नहीं होता. But you should give XYZ only whenever you are updating it. It will work exactly same. But if I write it this XYZ something something, okay, then it will be difficult for you to understand. So that's why I always write it set C बोले तो वो C को set करता है ऐसा. Are you getting my point, ma? You can put it any names. Someone asked me a really nice question, like which two you can compare virtual DOM, which will compare. But virtual DOM 1, virtual DOM 2, compared by the React. Compared by the React. React will compare them, and React will update that value, and React will send that new value into the screen. Everything done by this method in setc. And that is why you installed the React here. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Yeah. Now go here. Now see this basic example. So we are interaction virtual DOM. We don't directly do see virtual DOM only. Virtual DOM, you can't see it basically. It will be done by, because before React comes to the browser only, React will do all these things. React will, see, browser will do only original DOM. Okay, browser don't know virtual DOM. Before browser comes to this particular thing, React will do all these things, and then Babel will convert that into actual thing, and it will show. Simple. Now, next, go here. Plus, oh, sorry, minus reset 1 minus 1 reset 1, sorry, 1 minus reset. Any doubts? Online, any doubts here? No. I will make it something more and more things. Like state is something which will change the values, isn't it? Now I will do it like CSS. How many of you know Bootstrap? Oh, very few people. Remaining people, sir? You all know CSS at least? That is good actually. Then now what I can type. Mm, okay, now I will tell you one few important things. Let me take it here. Input, placeholder, enter, input, placeholder, enter, a color. Whatever color they enter, I want that color to be background. Now, sir, I'm just making it more and more different. Here, I will enter one color. Here, I will enter one color. The moment I enter that color, I want this particular background to change that color. Originally, what is the background color? So, when I enter black color, what it will background will become? Right? Any doubts here? No. When you enter white, originally white, when you enter black, it should change it to black. So something is changing now. What is changeable value in React is called state. What is it called? So how do you take that state value? How do you take that state value? Let's take it here. Const color, comma, set color equals to use state. Originally, what is the color? White. So I will use it something called hex codes. Do you know hex code? Paka? Yeah. So I'm just giving it hex code here. You can give any kind of hex code your wish. Now, whatever the hex code is there, I will write it here. Body, sorry, for this div or okay, I can't give it for whole body now. Only for this div I will give. Div is having style, style, background color, background color, color. Inspect बॉडी के अंदर डिवाइड रूट के अंदर बैकग्राउंड कलर you are getting this white color. Someone who don't know what is FFFE, it is called hex code. What is it called? Online any doubts ma? Online any doubts here? Now, sir, the moment I enter, it should change na? The moment I enter, it should change na? How do you change it, sir? Sir, I want one event. Everyone can tell. I want one event which will change the moment I enter. What is the button click करे तो you do on click, but input you are giving one value. What you will give? What is the event name which will used whenever you are giving? Someone is like key press. Very wrong. Key press is for keyboards, not for inputs. Someone is liking mouse enter. Wrong. Why you will use mouse enter for the inputs? On change. There are two things: on change or on input. On change or on input will come the moment input comes. Like the moment you press, like for example, button A. The moment you click A on input, you will click A and release that na. And you will be like, okay, ये change हुआ तो on change. दोनों का थोड़ा time gap रहता, but दोनों same. I will use on change. What I will use, ma? Do you know event object? Everything is JavaScript only. But slowly I will tell you. Event object bole to every time you enter an event, an object will be passed that is called event object. What is it called? What is E? E is a event object. E is a event object. Now I can write it one function also directly. Why to write it in line? Change color. I'm writing one thing. Change color. Write it one function. Function. Change color. E. Everyone see this? When I enter here, whenever you are changing the value, it is calling change color. Did I pass any value here? Did I pass any value, ma? No. But here I'm receiving one value, na? What is E? Bolo anyone? Event. What is E? Anyone bolo, वो event का value क्या है? What is the event there? Change. What is the event? Change. If anyone knows it, like you can print it also. तो पहला event बोले तो change है. देखो event आ गया. उसको बोलते synthetic events भी. Someone is like, what is the advantage of use state? We can achieve the same thing using functions on click. No, you can't. That's why first I showed na. When you use on click normal functions, will it work, ma? No, because it will update C value, but will it re-render the screen? No, that is the advantage. What is the advantage of state? Then the normal functions. State will re-render your component. Normal functions cannot. That's why, if you remember in our first example, I did normal logic. I used C++, but did it updated C value? It updated C, but it cannot show it on screen. That is the difference. Are you getting my point, ma online Suchitra? Now see. Now, every event will have something target. What is the target of this particular event? On which element it is targeting, sir? Hey, देखो रे, HTML input. Which element it is targeting? Input. Which element? Change is a event. It is targeting in the input. Targeting in the input. If I write C dot value, what it will come? If you write it E dot target dot value, it will come E बोले तो event, target बोले तो which element you are doing event, input element. वो input element का value क्या है? That means indirectly whatever you are typing it will come. Now देखो, I will go here. If I write it here, P, P आ गया. If I write PR, PR आ गया. If I write PRA, PRA आ गया. This is actually JavaScript. How to get input data? Sir, I'm typing something. वो input data JavaScript में कैसा लेता sir? E dot target dot value. Do you ever tried that in JavaScript? How do you get your input when you type it? How do you get it in JavaScript? E dot target dot value. Now, so here I am getting this value. Sir, if someone type it a color, that color should change it this color, na? So indirectly, I will give this color, set color E dot target dot value. So if whatever you are typing, that value I am giving into set color. Set color will change it color only, na? Now you go here. Now I will go here. I will give one hex code. Hash C85C10. Everyone see what is happening? Hash 000. Hash, sorry. Sir, how do I know that hex code? Don't worry, you go open internet, type it here, color picker. Google will give nice colors. Take it one nice color and give color, copy, go here, type it here, you will get it. What if I give color name? Aata, kuch nahi hota, because anyway it is a string, blue. But I don't know all color names. I know only names like Vibjoy, simple. Blue, red, yellow, green. Sir, I want it like whole background to change. No, you gave it for only this div na. You gave it for only this div. If you want it whole background na, CSS you should change. There is already some CSS which you can remove and you can give it here. This guy, this div, class name, my div. My div is having height 100 VH. My div height 100 VH. 100 VH बोले तो पूरा height आता. If anyone don't know CSS ma, please learn it. Set color is a function implemented and is taken by the use state. Absolutely. Set color is a function given by the use state. And what is the use of set color? Set color will update the color value and re-render the component. Set C is a function which is given by the use state. What is the use of set C? It will update the C and re-render. That's it. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point, ma? Believe me, if you understand this logic, 90% of the React you can do it very easily. State is the main thing. What is one more thing which you will learn is like something called use effect. If you learn basic React, you can do apps. Now, with this also you can do it. Now, till now, anyone have any questions? So rather than event.target value, we can write it input.value. How do you write it input.value? Because input is an element. It's not something like, it's not something like a JavaScript object, na? Input is not an object. Input is an element. Can I write it h1.text? No, aisa nahi aata. In JavaScript, if you know, you will write a document dot get element by ID. You will take them. Then only it will work. Else it will not work. Are you getting my point, my Yasmin? So use state returned the values. We have assigned the const, right? Yes. Use state returned two values, color and set color, and for them we assigned const. That's it. Any other? Online, any other? You can ask any silly question which you felt. Because the more depth you understand, the more easy it will become. Also, one more point, sir. I told you set state. Always I told you state is a asynchronous event. State is a, what is that mean? Like for example, if I write console.log hello world, everyone tell me which one will print first, hello world or set state? You write set color first, na? If you click the button set color first, na? But actually, hello world will come. Hello world only will come. Why? Because set color is asynchronous, which will take time. Okay. Now I will answer all the internet questions online. Someone is asking it. Nice questions. Let me change it. Can we change cons to other? Yes, you can change it. You can use let. Kuch nahi hota. Sir, for rendering purpose only we use state. Yes, correct. Sir, as functional components are stateless, we are using hooks to implement state. Am I correct? 100% correct. Can you use state directly in functional components? No. Functional components are also called stateless components. What are they also called? Stateless components. And stateless components here to implement state in the functional components, we use hooks. What is the hook name? Use state. What is the hook name? Use state cannot take more arguments. Use take it will take it only one argument, which is initial value. What is the argument? Initial value. And here it is returning two values. One is state value, another one is a set state method. Simple. Someone is asking what is asynchronous. Asynchronous means any function which will take time. Any function which will take the time. Now, sir, e dot target dot value. Someone is asking why you use target. We cannot use e value. No, because e bole to kya hai? Everyone, what is e? Event. Event is change na. If you ask change का value, तो change का value क्या होता? Change का value कुछ नहीं होता. Change वो किसको change कर रहे हैं? Input. Input का value क्या है? तो वो प्रसाद है. प्रसाद एंटर कर दिया. तो change click किसको क्लिक कर रहे हैं? बटन. वो बटन के अंदर टेक्स्ट क्या है? Click me. Are you getting my point मा? Select किसको सेलेक्ट कर रहे हैं? ड्रॉप डाउन. और ड्रॉप डाउन का वैल्यू क्या है? वॉट एवर ड्रॉप डाउन यू सेलेक्टेड. तो तीन वैल्यूज. फर्स्ट क्या कर रहे हैं? इवेंट. किसको? टारगेट. तो उसका वैल्यू e dot target dot value. Are you getting my point ma? Online, are you getting my point ma? In class component, state is updated. In class component, you don't use it, use state. That is the difference. Then why did the C value didn't change? C value will never change directly because you are not re-rendering. Understand? HTML alage, CS JavaScript alage. Like, if did anyone did a counter program in JavaScript? Did anyone did the counter program in JavaScript? This plus counter and all. If you do this, what will happen now? When you click the button, you will take document.getElement by ID HTML and you will take that ID and again you will write that dot equals to text content. Every time you should update the HTML element. But here I cannot do that directly because both are in same page. So that's why they will do this kind of state logic. So much DOM we write. We don't write it any DOM. So we are not passing parameter to change color. Why? Change color doesn't need any parameter because change color is taking the default value. Event you don't need to pass. Event will pass directly. Event will pass directly. And JavaScript will use DOM, direct DOM, which is wrong, like because it will take so much time. But here we use virtual DOM. Whenever initial value is changed automatically, whenever we used those props, use state refresh that particular part. Correct. Correct. See, this is really good. Online people are going with their own definitions. That's really good. Someone is like, what is use of async? Arey, that is not use. It's an asynchronous function. Asynchronous function को वो function करने का थोड़ा time लगता. So that's why what the browser will do, browser ये छोड़ दो, remaining करो. So पहला set color को थोड़ा time लगता, वो छोड़ दो, पहला hello world print करो, उसके बाद set color करो. That's why it's asynchronous. Class is a stateful component, but it will not re-render right. Wrong. Class is a stateful component. It will re-render automatically. But in class component, you don't use state. In functional component, you will use state. Simple. Sir, without using use state, how the class component will do? उसके अंदर रहता by default एक method है set state, वो default है. You don't need to import them. Like how we are importing use state and all. And which we will discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow I will show you class components क्या है, वो कैसा work करता and all. But 99% of the times we will use only functional components because in React official documentation, they will say use functional components, not class. Sir, other than E of the change color method, can we pass any other functional parameters? You can pass it if you want it, pass it, Ray. I am not want it. If you want it, pass it. Kuch nahi hota. It's up to you. Any other? Believe me, ask more questions, ask silly questions so that you will understand it in depth. Sir, color is beginning value and ending value we see in screen set color. Correct. Original color beginning value is here F. Now, can you do this program like this? Now, I will show you today one task. I want you to try the task. Task is not a big one, but chota one. Let's try it. I will open one website. This is the inspiration website. Website name, real time colors. What is the website name? When I open this website, you will understand how it will work. Everyone see. Everyone see. I don't want everything. Only, I want only this much. Right side, put some squares. Left side, put some kind of text. Okay. And some color. Can you do this using CSS, ma? You can do that, na? Like left side, put some text. Right side, put some squares. Now what you will do, dekho, main interesting. Here I will go here, understand this. If I change this to pink, what is happening now if I change to pink? वो square pink color change हुआ ना? वो text change हुआ ना? Now again here, if I change this to something kind of green, then it will change some green boxes. If I change, I want pura text. Text should be something kind of yellow. Are you getting my point? Online, are you getting my point? You have some buttons. In that buttons, you are selecting some colors. And when you select, sir, how do you get that set color? Instead of writing input, देखो, here I use, what is the input type here? Text na? If I change input type color, do you know what will happen? Color आता. देखो color आ गया. Are you getting my point, ma? I don't need to enter also. Input type color है. So मेरा logic is, I want this one visual, something similar. You can use your own creativity. Same like this side. Sir, do you want exactly visual your colors? No. Your wish. Use your creativity. But this is inspiration side. Every one of you should implement and put it in Netlify. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online? Online, are you getting my point? See, instead of input type equals to text, I write type equals to color. And sir, if you wanted my code, I will give in my GitHub. I think everyone have my GitHub now. One more time, I will give you in GitHub. My code is there. You can take my code. Code name is state demo. Code name is state demo. You can take my code. You can practice it. I will give it one more time. Let's go here. Let's go here. GitHub. The course will be in 30 days. We are already actually kind of 1 week over. Now, every day I will give you one task. Every day I will give you. I want, you are not a kids na, so I want you to monitor. आज task क्या है? Did I did it or not? Yesterday task I did not do. So yesterday and today both I will do. Like this, if you really focus on this 30 days, believe me, whatever you don't know in JavaScript also, I will combine this. You will do big projects. But imagine you did not do 30 days tasks. Your course will be completed, but I cannot guarantee anything. Is this clear, ma? Yeah, that's it for today. And in GitHub, I will give you the code. You can see it if anyone wants it. My name React. Yeah, this is the GitHub link. Online, I'm sharing it. Notes is available. You can try it. Task is, inspiration is real-time colors. Try to mock that real-time colors. That's it for today. Thank you.